Welcome to City Issues, a series of discussions with Mayor Randy McClement and key city staff designed to provide useful information on a variety of city topics and answer some common questions. I'm Patti Mullins, Public Information Coordinator for the City of Frederick, and this is City Issues. A series of discussions with Mayor Randy McClement.
Sign up.
Summer fun is around the corner for downtown Frederick and all around the city. Celebrate Frederick, a nonprofit partner with the city, puts on events and plans themed activities 8 months of the year, from home and garden tours to outdoor concerts and festivals. Celebrate Frederick produces a full 29 days of events annually. Mayor Randy McClement and I are here with David Gurzick and Ashley Birdsell Lewis from Celebrate Frederick to talk about some of the family-friendly special activities associated with the spring and summer season. Welcome, David. Ashley?
Hi, thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys very much for coming. We appreciate you taking your time to come out and talk about all the events that happen here in the city of Frederick. You know, it's time to start thinking about what's coming up for all of our summer activities. So we thought this is a great opportunity for you to come in and tell us what's happening. Is there anything new going on, or all the good old mainstays coming back? So tell us what's happening in the summer.
Absolutely. Well, we're kicking off our season with the garden tour, May 20th and 21st, and this is one of my favorite events that we do. It's for those who are a little voyeuristic and want to peek into both private and public gardens that have been really well maintained. I actually volunteered myself last year and was stationed over at the Volt Garden, and it was really fun to learn a bit more about what they're growing and why. And so folks can stop by garden to garden and take a look, and it's a nice just way to see the flowers and really kick off the summer.
Early enough in the season that you can take some of the ideas that you find from that and apply them to your own gardens. Yeah, so we have the garden tour, and then that leads us into two other events that we have, again, mainstays that are coming back. Our summer concert series starts the second week of June, and we've got a tremendous lineup that we have in front of us this year. And also an event that I think is a bit of a hidden gem here in Frederick, and that's the Summerfest Family Theater. So think summer concert before the kids. And that's on Thursday mornings. It starts the last week of June. And that is at 10 a.m. And we bring a tremendous number of performers out, everything from jugglers to musical acts. And you want to see a group of kids up and dancing, definitely come down to Summerfest.
So, what are some of the most popular events that you've had before?
Well, of course, there's always the 4th of July. So that ranges from, different main stage events all the way through carnival and fair attractions and food, and of course our beloved fireworks that get shot off every year. I know it's a personal favorite, having grown up in Frederick, and that is quite the mainstay for a lot of folks here in Frederick.
Of course, we're looking forward to perhaps having our bathtub races come back this year with the completed Color Lake.
Yeah.
So we're still in coordination to see how that's going to reshape the event, but we're very happy that we didn't discover any bathtubs in the clean out of the lake, or at least we haven't been informed.
People get really excited about those bathtub
They do.
races.
So for people who might not have seen them, describe the bathtub races.
So the way it works is that people sign up, teams sign up, and either they have a bathtub that they're going to use, or we actually have the ability to provide sometimes some bathtubs that we've salvaged from different areas. And in a non-motorized fashion, they have to find a way to get that bathtub across the lake, and it's a pretty good competition. There is an award, I think it's called the Golden Plunger, for the team that sinks the first. So even if you don't think that you've got quite the seaworthy vessel, you still can come out and participate, or just come on out and watch and have fun.
It is a great event. It's one of those character building events for the city that, it adds to the charm of what we do, and that's what really is what Celebrate Frederick and the events are, just a way to sort of shine up Frederick And you guys have put a number of events on, because you are the sort of the nonprofit arm of the City of Frederick that helps put on these events. Because without you guys, the city would most likely want to continue these and have to do them themselves. And one of the ways that this helps and works is because you have the ability to get volunteers. So tell us about that. I'm assuming this is a dumb question, but you need volunteers?
We do. We could not survive without volunteers. I don't want to say do the majority of the work, because obviously, the board and the staff help as well, but these events couldn't run without volunteers. And even now, we're looking for volunteers 3-6 months from now. So we're always in need. It can be as small or a big as commitment as a volunteer would like. And it can really be tailored to what they like to do. So if you like talking to people, it can definitely be a people forward-facing role, whether you're answering questions in an info booth or you're being a docent at one of the garden tours, or maybe you want to work a little bit behind the scenes and help prep peanut butter and jelly for the Frederick's 4th. So there's lots of volunteer opportunities, and it's a good way to meet new people.
And so, of course, Celebrate Frederick has a number of committees that even go outside of the events. So we recruit volunteers to help on our marketing committee. We recruit volunteers to help us to determine who our entertainment lineup should be across all of our events. We have a number of different committees. Volunteers, of course, is a committee themselves. And definitely a lot of kudos to them. They helped us to staff for the first time last year our inaugural Wine Fest. And so we're coming back again. That'll be the first Saturday of August, and it'll be our second time using the entirety of Carroll Creek, going all the way from Market Street down to way past the bridge. So we haven't hit the second area yet across East Street, but maybe in the future. But we're looking to have a good revitalized effort on that. So we got a lot of feedback from the event last year, and we're coming back with again, a partnership with the Maryland Wineries Association. Now, the wineries are all Maryland wineries, but they're also a specific type. They're Appalachia wineries, so that means that all the grapes are actually grown in Maryland as well. And so if you've been to perhaps the Maryland Wine Festival, or if you've been to some of the other local wine festivals, probably you'll experience a little bit of a more, I'd say, upscale experience with the wines that we have on the creek. We're looking forward to having another great year, and perhaps even more wineries on the creek.
Nothing wrong with more wine.
Are there any other new events? That sounds like that's a little bit of a new twist. Ed, do you have any other completely new?
I think a lot of what we do every year is we try to look at how we can innovate our events in place. And so in doing so, we take a look at these good traditions that we have and start to expand them out for what is enlarging crowds, what are new spaces that we have available to us. For In the Street, each year we take a look at the different blocks that we have. In the Street is the second Saturday of September, kind of ends our summer time frame of events. Last year we added a few new blocks. We're in the planning phases now, but I think we're going to have a few new ones as well. So be on the lookout at celebratefrederick.com to get the scoop on those.
And the other thing that people may or may not know, but these events are huge, a number of them, for attracting people who may have not been to Frederick before. We look at the 4th of July and In the Street. They both are 60,000, 70,000 people show up for these events. And people don't realize how many people show up for these things. And this is not only great for, like we've said before, the character of the town, but it's also good for the economy of the town.
Absolutely. For something like In the Street, we're always offering merchants the opportunity to set up a booth, set up a table, and really, whether sell their wares or their food or what have you. But I like to think of it as it's more of a ripple effect than anything. If people necessarily aren't shopping on In the Street Day, they're coming back, they're learning more about Frederick, and we've really seen that time and time again.
And it just creates us to be a destination for them, and that continues throughout the year on non-event days.
How do the people find out more about the events? Where should they go to get more information?
Glad you asked. At celebratefrederick.com. We also have a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter presence.
And it's the type of event that you don't have to do by yourself. Bring a friend, come volunteer, bring the whole family. And you'll come and you'll see things like our summer concert series, where it's been around for well over 30 years, and you've got people that have their families have sat in the same place watching these concerts probably that whole time. So a lot of tradition here. These are definitely traditions that families keep, and they're traditions that our city does a great job helping us to support.
Good.
Sounds like must-see, must-attend events.
Absolutely.
Thank you for telling us about some of them, and I hope everyone will look into the celebratefrederick.com.
Thank you all very much for coming out.
Thank you.